Hello, guys. This is the After Party Podcast, and this episode we'll talk about pet peeves. Anyone want to start saying their main pet peeve?
Your phone ringing.
Yeah, when people say like really stupid stuff for like no reason, and it's supposed to be like a joke, just doesn't land.
Yeah,
You know.
Not my
Yeah.
name, quarterback.
people try to be funny when they're not. They're not funny at all.
I know.
No, that's not a pet peeve.
People who are too overconfident, I hate them. They're like, I'm so cool.
They're
Oh,
just or just
people with
over
enormous
overly
egos.
cocky.
I know. I almost, my ego's so big, I took that as a personal attack. Even though, like, I knew that you weren't talking about me, but I just still
don't
took
show
it.
the logo.
My biggest pet peeve is really short people. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Especially when their names start with B.
And,
Yeah, just
I'm
Ends in
just
l-
kidding. I love you.
Yeah,
buddy.
dude, I hate that. I hate that guy Benedict so much. Is that your full name, like your real name?
No, my real name's Bentley.
Nerd.
Bentalieth, the 84th.
You are not the 84th.
If
That's-
there if
that's
there
a
was
long- that's a
84
long
people on
chain.
this planet named Bentley, I don't think that I'd have to go to Mars, dude.
That's a good one.
Anyways, onward.
I hate it. Like when something big happens to you that makes you like really mad or really sad, and just little stuff starts stacking
oh, yeah,
on
it
top
just
of
adds
it.
up.
You know what rhymes
Like-
with
Because
big?
everything is just so
Massive.
much.
Yeah, like
Massive.
say
You know what
pull-
else is massive?
Stop.
Low, deeper feet.
Pull
Anyways,
pizza out of the oven. Boom, flat right on there. Dang it! Go to pick up paper towels. Boom, stub your pinky toe, and then you just Donkey
See,
Kong.
I will have an emotional breakdown if something bad happens, and then like the little smallest of things, like if I drop something and I go to pick it up and then it falls out of my hand again.
It is. He really
The-
does freak out when this happens.
Or-
it's
or
like
like-
it's actually kind of a problem.
The smallest things make me so aggravated.
Or like when your belt loop gets stuck on the door handle whenever, and like that's happened to me before.
That has
It-
happened.
It only happens whenever I'm like agitated at something too. Like it's never
Or
happened.
like your hoodie pocket will get stuck in something when you're trying to
Oh,
be
yeah.
fast.
Like your shirt just it's so annoying.
I know.
I don't like whenever like I just get home and my dad asks me to like go take care of the animals or something like.
No, when he asks you if you've done it yet.
Oh, that's even worse.
Like
Have
the
you-
second
yeah.
you walk in the door and you're like, no, I kind of almost haven't.
Yeah.
Or like what
Or-
my dad will do is he'll be like, did you do that thing I asked you to do? Is like, this is the first time I've ever heard it. And he's like, huh, yeah.
He won't say if I've done it if he hasn't asked me, but like if he asks me like change out my cat's litter box, and then like a little bit later he's like, have you done this yet? I'm like, no, just give me some time. I'll get it done.
Yeah.
Just give me some time to think. I need space.
I need to hype myself up.
Or whenever you try to do you're like, you know what? I'm gonna be responsible. I'm gonna do my chores without anybody asking. And then
Hey,
your
Bentley, can
parents
you do that,
ask you-
please?
Yeah, and your
Freshman-
parents
freshman.
ask you to do it as you're going to do it, and then you
I
don't want
know.
to do it anymore.
Mom, I'm playing
Oh, yeah.
Beat Saber.
Shut up.
Yeah, or whenever you just want to just do anything alone, like if you're just trying to do something by yourself, and then just someone just walks in. It doesn't even have to like. It's not even just the fact that they would like stop you from doing it or affect you in any way. It's just I don't want you around me when I'm doing this.
I know, and it
Go away.
or it's the fact that you can't be like, hey, can you leave? Because then you'll be mean. So you just have to sit
Yeah,
there.
because then it's just
suffer.
weird, and then they'll ask you about it, like, "Why do you want me to leave?" Like, why? I'm just like,
Or like when
I
somebody's
don't know. Just stop.
when
just
you're
go away."
trying to focus on something really hard and somebody's just like talking to you about stuff that doesn't matter. Yeah, and
Yeah,
you're like,
that is-
Western Karami math class. I'm kidding.
You're telling me you don't have a fun time in there?
No, that class actually is really fun.
Yeah. What are
Alright.
some like weird pet peeves? I guess some of that's not super normal, or that people wouldn't agree on.
I don't know. I don't got
ponder.
One's gonna take
I know. I like this. This topic, this subtopic, will be primarily me talking because there's so many just.
He's getting
If
himself
you
worked
if
up
you are
right
in
now.
if you are inside of a building and somebody calls the floor the ground, and if you're outside and they call the ground the floor, it's so aggravating because it's clearly the ground because there's no floor there. And how is this the ground when there's a tile flooring? There's a difference. And it's so
that
aggravating.
is really weird because
people
like,
refer to
that's
that.
not
I never
That's
thought of
not-
that.
I think ground floor is the same thing. But I do. I see.
Or when
like
people
I see why. I just don't understand like why get so worked up. It's not.
or
that
when people
serious.
mispronounce things on purpose to try and sound like interesting, like the New Orleans, you know, the city in Louisiana. If you're like a person that was born and raised here, and like you don't have that kind of accent, and you go New Orleans, you look like such a tool. You know,
Yeah, or just like
stop trying
people
to be
from the
quirky.
UK. Like I can't stand people from the UK making fun of Americans for literally anything on TikTok. Like I've seen recently, like if someone makes a TikTok and they ask like a dumb question, like people from the UK are just like, "What the?" So are you?
Yeah.
So you must be American, aren't you? I'm
Yeah,
like,
it's you got to go
dude,
to American school still.
shut up. Not Americans are not dumb. I don't know like why that's even a thing, but it just makes me mad.
All the dudes on TikTok are.
Yeah, but like,
Most of them. Have
Yeah.
you,
but they're just categorizing all Americans
it?
into the standard that they're just dumb.
yeah, that's a little weird.
Just
I
believing
low-key
in
don't see that.
stereotypes, pretty much.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I feel like we all had that problem as a kid. It might be just me, cause
Yeah, I've always been made fun of for being American by British people in my childhood, in my youth.
No. As a kid, were you ever like say your little sister, little brother tries to play with something that you're using, you're like, "No, I'm using it right now. Can I have it when you're done?" "Yes." And then you get done with it, and then like they still want to use it, and you're just like, "No, I don't want you to use it, even though I'm not using it."
no,
No, I've
because-
never been a
I
selfish
guess-
incel.
I guess-
Because I'm the youngest, so
guess-
I was always the one that couldn't play with
Oh,
my
you're the
older
one that
brother's
was
toys.
No, and then I'll be like, "Hey, my little sister, do you want to do something?" She's like, "No." I was like, "Thanks."
yeah.
Note to self.
Cool.
I've seen how you treat your little sister.
That's because of how, like, 'cause that's how it's been like. 'Cause when we were younger, I'd be like, "Hey, do you want to go play with Legos or something?" And she'd be like, "No." And like even last night, I barbecued, and she spent the entire time like, "I don't like being out here. I want to go inside and watch YouTube." It's like, then go do it. Stop being an incel.
Yeah, that made me think. Like when we first got a PS4, my brother was always on it, and he would never
Yeah.
let me play.
What's kitty cat?
That
Clark
always
doing
made me
out
mad.
there?
I guess I was just a selfish little brat then.
Yeah, you were.
Really?
B. Lukey.
Blukey.
Blukey?
Dude,
Anyway.
what's going on?
All right, next question.
Keen, do
Ah.
you got
Yeah.
any stories?
I have like no weird pet peeve.
Ian's
It doesn't have
just
to
a
be just be
chill
weird.
guy
Do you have
like
any
that.
stories about a pet peeve that would be an example?
I don't know. I have one where it's like dudes are like they're talking about something and then you ask like what it is and they just like stare at you or they're like look at this guy, you know.
Can someone tell those guys to get out of here?
Yeah, Jacob, you want to go take care of that real quick?
Jacob, invite them
Yeah,
in.
go take care of it.
Invite them in.
No,
Get
don't
on.
invite them.
Okay,
in.
never mind. Don't do
on.
that. All right.
What they say?
When we're done, go to the big gym.
Oh,
Oh,
oh, I thought they were just like. Just
what a
distracting
productive
us
thing
for
to
no
say.
reason.
What a bunch of amazing young gentlemen. Wow.
Yeah,
Really nice.
I like
really.
them.
I was about to be really mean.
Why
that-
didn't they just open
That
the
is one
door?
of my biggest ones. When you're like trying to be nice for somebody and they have like an attitude with you. It's like
Yeah.
you are not very nice and I don't like you.
So this Karen's pretty much.
Oh,
Dude, for some reason, I don't know why,
Mr. 2017.
but just watching TikToks of dash cam footages of people getting in crashes and people being dumb drivers. I don't know why, but that sets me off so much. Even if I'm not the one driving, I imagine myself
Top
in that
10
position
Sigma
of
quotes.
people being dumb drivers, and I can't stand it. What was that?
no, I see where you're coming from there.
Like it just sets me off.
Next question.
That's kind of all the questions.
You think we have more than?
No,
Cy-
it's
we could
not.
cycle through them again, I guess.
Any more pet peeves? Pretty much just anything that just grinds your gears.
Yeah, my pet
You know
peeve
what really
was
grinds my
just-
gears?
It was just you two. It's just you two. in science.
It's what we
You're
didn't
just
do
mad
anything
because
in
we sit on the
science.
cool side of the room and you sit on the lame side
Yeah,
of the room.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
lame
do.
side.
and
Lame
it's-
side.
See, I have a wall here, and it's annoying.
Left side
because it's a
science
wall.
room. You ain't got none.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have desk.
All my homies hate left side. Right side science room.
All right. Don't show the logo.
We're gonna get copyrighted for
Yeah.
$150 million. It's all gonna be Weston's fault. It's gonna pull out of his monster funds.
I'm already super low on my monster funds.
What do you
Monster
mean
Energy is
funds?
not a sponsor, by the way.
Sponsor us, please.
I hate it when people are like,
Gage, what are some of your
no, I
other
won't
little
say
pet
that because
peeves?
I'm kind of like that. I don't want
I'm kind of like that.
Yeah, you're always like that,
Now.
or farming all the
to do
time.
it, man.
Cause there ain't no
What are your other
good-
pet peeves?
Pet peeves. I don't know. I mean, it seems like it'd be something easy for me to answer, but the truth is, like, nearly everything is like really irritating.
Yeah, for you at least. Oh, whenever like
For you
you're
at
trying to when you're trying to do something or like something that like takes very small movements and you're getting so close in order to get it and it just all fails and you have to restart and just
Yeah.
it's graphic right there. Ow.
Imagine.
I hate it when like a friend like just slaps you in the face because he thinks it's funny.
Oh yeah, just people being
Yeah,
overly like
people-
touchy and
Yeah,
like
I
like,
hate
like,
letting people like
Genuinely
stop.
harassive and aggressive.
Harassive.
I don't think that's a
How
word.
is how are you supposed to say that?
Hurt.
Harassing.
Just don't use that word. Anyways, but yeah, I get that. That does
Assaulting.
Yeah,
that does really grind my gears.
yeah. So I was like,
Or just people that are overly touchy.
yeah, and then like,
Or like when people tell me I'm bad at something that I've never done before.
Like obviously.
No, like I've literally never done it. And they tell me I'm bad at it. It's like, how would I even know? How would you know?
Oh, just like you haven't even
Never happened
attempt.
before.
That still kind of hurts when I think.
Or like the other day, people got
Here it goes.
people made fun of
That
me in
cash out.
English class because I knew something. Like, how do you know? It's like because I do. I don't know.
I'm a little smarty pants. I don't-
Like how bad I get ostracized for having information. Like
Jacob, do you have any pet peeves? You can be.
What's your pet peeve, Jacob?
Welcome.
special
What are your
guest
pet
Jacob
peeves?
Wyrick,
Pet peeves.
He doesn't have a mic, but
the Jacob Wyrick.
Yeah, I'll read out what he's saying.
Yo, phone, ling, ing.
just have anything to share?
I know what you want to say. Poor kid.
pet peeves, those like 2020 girl doing like idiot
Dances?
like the that
Oh, I hated
I
that.
I hate scrolling past and just I won't do it because that's gonna
Or
get,
like the people
clipped.
doing like the anime motions. We're like,
Yeah.
Would you like to
I
know
hate-
what
I hated
That's so
that.
annoying. I
I
hate
hated that phase.
hate it
that-
Would
every
you
single
like to
time.
know what infuriates me?
yes.
Yeah.
When people take forever to say a sentence.
Oh, they just keep
Like
mumbling.
Bentley just now. Like no, like spit it out. Get it together before you
I
try.
have gum in my mouth.
Yeah,
It's
they,
kind of
like-
like when
They start to say it,
also
and
hard
then
to
they
explain.
spend the time thinking about what they're trying to say and the best way to put it.
Yeah, but you have so many breaks in us talking to like gather a cognitive thought and then release it to the world.
I had an idea before Bentley said
well,
his. and now I
nobody was
forgot.
talking, so I figured I'd fill it.
I
Yeah, man.
forgot what I was gonna say.
See,
I also got
Or like
pet
when
peeve.
people go to curse and then like they say it but they don't want to say it, so they like leave out the vowel. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Not
I
really.
mean, I can't do it, but like
Yeah.
Like it's like they mumble it and just like really quiet.
I know.
Yeah.
Like just say it, coward.
a word.
You're so dark and twisted. Oh.
I drew an evil version of Family Guy to show my dark and twisted reality.
What was I gonna say? I had a good idea. in
Oh,
mind,
what was I gonna
completely
say? Like
forgot.
I'm supposed to know.
That's a pet peeve. That's a pet peeve.
I also got one
Like
like
someone answers your like questions that weren't actually a question.
Your rhetorical questions.
Rhetorical questions.
When people have incredibly bad vocabulary, that is a pet peeve of mine.
dude, you're using words like what would you use?
It is
Incel?
despicable if thou
Incel?
cannot.
How do you not know what incel means?
or
No
like
idea.
whenever in
No
science you say
idea.
I concur. Shut up.
Oh,
that's-
I
that's
totally say
sarcastic.
that.
That's sarcastically.
I'm
But like in
I'm
English,
getting ostracized.
in English, people will.
What does that mean?
I hate people with overly
ostrich?
obsessive vocabulary.
It's not overly obsessive. It's,
It's
just like it's like common.
I said excessive, not
sophisticated
obsessive.
words.
I hate.
Ostracized?
Yeah, ostracized. It'd be like to be excluded from a group, outcasted.
But
Well,
nobody
I got
knows
that, but it sounds like you're saying ostrich.
Your
Yeah, I
reason-
just think of ostrich
Yeah.
whenever he says that.
I hate when there's always that one person in class.
Hate's a strong word.
Well, I do.
Okay.
It's a strong feeling.
When they're just all about the teacher and they just think they're all that.
Oh,
they
they're-
they
yeah,
use
they're,
his
like, raising the
vocabulary.
teacher.
They just go around. I concur with that answer.
I hate when someone steals your jokes, says it louder, and gets the praise for it. Oh my goodness.
Like,
Just
like
doing
I'll
your
give
aura.
people my jokes. Like I'm generous with it. Like if I say
Or,
something
like-
funny, I'll be like, "Hey, you can use that." Like,
Or at
But,
least
like,
if you say it,
it,
give
like,
credit to the
permitted?
like the person you got it from.
I do that. I make
I
sure
know,
not to
because like
use it.
literally,
Like wait till everyone's done laughing, and be like, he said it, wasn't me, guys. He said it.
because like you'll say it and they'll be like, guys, and then they'll say it and it's like, but then if you like, hey, I actually said that, then it makes you look like,
Yeah.
big meanie.
I come across as annoying, as
Yeah.
I'm sure all of you know, but I
Mhm.
think sometimes that's happened to me a couple times when someone just says my joke louder and gets it. I think it's just 'cause my voice is annoying. But
Probably.
on
Voice is
other
pretty
hand-
loud.
Yeah, probably.
Piercing.
Jacob,
Got
what's
to
the
hear
time?
pretty well.
Yeah, what we got?
You want
Aight.
to cut it?
What'd he say?
What?
Oh, I got
What?
I got one
What'd he
more last
say?
pet peeve. When you're talking,
They're selling chocolate.
when you're talking, and it's like very established that you have the floor. Like right now, you guys are listening.
Yeah.
And then
Like,
that
dude,
one
yeah,
dude,
like-
and then
Completely in
the
Yeah,
the
what
one
this
dude,
guy's talking
the one
about.
dude just like cuts in and just completely like, and it's something completely
Hey guys, you
obscure.
wanna hear about my
like,
Lego collection right now?
Like
Like
on a
that,
word, on
but
a
it's, like,
word,
genuine.
Like on a word, like he'll say
Mhm.
something, they'll be like, "I remember this
Yeah, I was like,
one
"Oh,
time."
yeah."
It's like, shut up.
Yeah.
I was clearly speaking.
Or whenever like
Especially when like the group of people you're talking in aren't like, "Hey, dude, he was talking." They just jump to what they're saying. It's like, I'm so glad that I got completely left out.
When they're
Yeah.
wearing camo and
or it's like whenever someone else is like saying something, and like you want to add something, but there's no break in order to try to like fill in your story.
And you feel
So
like
you're
a
sitting there trying to
dweeb.
like get something, but there's no.
And you feel like a tool bag when like you finally get your chance to talk and you're like, "Oh yeah, 2 hours ago when you guys said this, I thought that."
Yeah. Or it's when you completely forget what you were going to say when there is a time for you to say it. Just or
bad.
or like the
lightning round.
when you get off topic, and so then what you were gonna say just means no purpose anymore.
Hot topic.
Lightning round. First one, when like somebody's mumbling to you and you're like, "What?" and they say it again, and then like you're like, "You're gonna make me say what again, are you?" and you're like, I can't hear you. And then the third time they say it, after
Just
knowing
super loud.
you did not hear them the first 2 times, still do not say it loud enough for you to hear them. It's like, you are across the room and I cannot hear you.
Yeah, my
I-
parents do that all the time.
I hate whenever like they say something, you say what, they say it the same thing, and then you say what again, they just get super loud and like pretty
And
much
they're, like,
screaming
mad
at you
about
in
it,
order
like
to
it's your
yeah, like they're mad at you for not knowing what they said.
Oh yeah, man.
I hate having to ask what. Like I've had it happen like 5 times.
Like 5 times.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
been like, sorry, mister.
I'm like, that's it.
I go what? What? What?
And then they say the same thing that Gage said like a couple minutes ago. Yeah.
My fault. I'm just saying I've had it happen
Then you could have just
Somebody
said like,
wasn't
"Yeah,
paying
for
dude."
more extensive times.
It's actually
been-
really annoying when that happens.
Like it's
though.
been like
it's so annoying. We need two people
Yeah.
talking about it.
we need to
Yeah, or like
double
when you
down
say
on it.
something, somebody's like, "Yeah," and you're like, "You did not hear a word I just said, did you?" Like that went
I'm sorry.
all over the top of your head.
I'm sorry.
No, I mean like when you're explaining, so like giving
Yeah,
somebody
and then
instructions,
like-
and they're like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah."
I don't like whenever you're telling a story and it was like a super funny story, but whenever you say it, they're not laughing, or it's like it wasn't as
Mhm.
funny when you told it. and you just, like,
It just kills the vibe.
yeah,
then you have
because
to
then
tell
you're just
them-
like, well, like it was funny in the moment, but you just had to be there, I guess. Like it's
Yeah, and then you feel like a tool bag because you're like,
yeah.
Anyways,
Oh, you know what I absolutely hate? The thing I hate the most. Oh, my fault.
I'm kidding.
But sometimes I'll just like take days off from playing Xbox or something.
Take days off like it's a job. How many persons?
Call it a
are you-
sick
I
day.
spend
I'll
a
be
lot
there.
of time on there, man. But
He's got 4 points.
yeah, like yesterday or like
Putting
I
his
won't want to
PTO
play
on
with
the
this
Xbox.
person, so I won't talk to them. And then like I'll be next to my friends and they'll say something that I don't know about. It's an inside joke that explicitly I know makes fun of me because they're horrible at hiding it. And they just go
Oh, like Beavis and Butthead.
exactly. It's exactly what it is. But they'll make the inside joke.
That's
And I'll be
good,
like,
good.
I'll say this. I'll go, "What are you guys talking about?" They'll go, "You have to be there to know about."
Oh yeah.
Yeah, dude, I
Oh,
want to go
yes.
Clark
So
on
stupid.
people when I hear that.
Get-
What are you
get
laughing
out-
about?
get
No,
out
no,
of
I
here. No.
explained it to
Yeah,
him in
he
English.
told me.
Tell me.
Do that.
Had to be there, Jacob. Inside joke.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
You had to be there.
Oh my god, or when people are talking about something in a public setting and you're like, "What are you guys talking about?" and they're like, "Nosy." It's like you guys aren't
Y-
being
y-
secretive about it. You're just having a conversation. Like, my bad.
Yelling it out loud.
What's the time, Jacob? Yeah, like 2
like,
minutes
yeah,
ago. So it's
yeah.
like what, 17?
Oh, we have to wrap it up.
Oh,
Anyways,
Bye bye.
that concludes this pet peeve episode.